morning, it's Rachel here. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit more productive and getting things done. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and I hope everybody is well and collaging away. And I just wanted to show you what I'm up to, and I wanted to work on a couple of more envelopes because I didn't do that many, and just been having a sip of coffee. Have about an hour before I have to sort of get organized to go and then go and pick up Lulu. Now I should stay on screen today because Gail Agostinelli and another lovely lady recommended that I put some tape in my little videoing area that sort of defines my area. So if I go out of my tape, I'm off screen. So how about that? I've got some bodgy old washi tape here that I got in a pack from Amazon, and I don't like it, so I'll use that so I can throw it away when I'm done. So I'm working on journals, as you know. I'm working on some of my soft covered ones, and I'm really enjoying myself doing these. They are super pretty. Now one will be spoken for already, one of the bigger ones, and I'm not sure if any of these will satisfy any of my other requests. But I thought I'll just get these done. I like to do things in a series, not just one. But as I was putting my inner pockets on the inside of the journal, I used some of those little collagey bits that have been all the rage. Put a little porcupine there because I love those, little hedgehog. This is one of the envelopes I collaged the other day, and I made it a flip out. So because I had decorated both sides of it, I didn't want to stick it down, so I hinged it. So I thought I might show you how I did that, but I've run out of that size. I heard a funny noise. Oh, it's just the water. Okay, so yeah, I thought I'll show you how I did that. It's really easy, and because someone also asked when I was making these envelopes, what would I do with them? Well, first of all, I mentioned that you could tip them in with some washi tape, but this one I've stitched in because this is a soft cover journal. If I were to, I've got a couple of altered books here that I've started working on as well. If I were to put them in a hardcover book, now this is not that strong. This is going to be my lining in here. But if it were cardstock, I could hinge it, stitch it onto the cardstock and then glue it in. Or otherwise, I can put my paper in and then glue it. So make the hinge, stitch it to the, what's it called, the envelope, and then I could glue it onto there. So that's how I would approach a hardcover book. So let's do a few envelopes. I know you've seen these before, so nothing new here. Actually, I might just bring... Oh, I need to bring... I thought I was organised, but I'm not. Well, that's no surprise, is it? So let's move the journals out of the way. I have one more journal that I wanted to hinge a envelope onto, and I had run out of my small ones. So, and these are too big, but I've got a small one there to do. So maybe we'll do that one first. That one's going to take more of an effort. So I've got some here that I'm going to work on as well. We'll do that on screen. And this is my little white envelope. So that's what this one was before. It was like this. So what I've done is I've stuck it down. It's brand new. And I've just trimmed off at the top so it's open. And I'm going to work on that. And now this is the book that I'm going to put it into with this lovely bright cover. Oh, I haven't trimmed off my threads. Let's do that. Otherwise I'll forget. So this one, I want it to be something cheery and bright. I put one of my favorite pockets in there. This here. Love that. So I want to hinge a thingamajigget there. So I need to think about this. I want it to go that way. And so I'm going to start collaging. So where's my papers? I'll get my old papers here. Here they are in the bucket. And I'm just going to grab this old page, I think. Now that's one of those super old ones that was in one of my packs the other day. And I think I'm just going to glue that right down there. No, I'm not. I'm going to tear it. Just going to glue that there. let's start off with that one. Now I'm out of, you know, book pages and things to make pockets, so let's start creating some more. So I think that's a good idea. When you've got too many, then start gluing on an old magazine you're throwing out. When you don't have enough, start gluing on the old book pages so that when they get too sticky, you can just fold them over and use them, or stick them together and make big journaling cards. Or so I should be on screen, guys, so tell me if it doesn't work. I don't want to do another train wreck of a video like the one a few videos back. Okay, so we'll just stick that there. So of course, you know that making all these journals, I'm working on 8 at the moment. Making all these journals, I'm going to have a whole lot more scraps. I know it. Don't I know it? So then we'll have to do another scrap busting video. I'll have to think of something. I probably didn't need to trim that, but there you go. Got no idea what I'm going to do here. None whatsoever. So, what about this? No. Okay, let's keep it simple. I need to find some bigger bits of paper. Of course, I didn't bring my big box over. I do like that, but that's not in keeping with the colours. Oh, I like this one. This is super nice. So let's put some of this here. I'll just tear that off. I can trim it off after. And I'll put that there. And I probably need to hop up. What's that ding-a-ling? Oh, it's Lulu's phone. But all those kids, anyone that should be sending Lulu a message should be at school. That means that some naughty kids have got their phone turned on at school and they're sending messages. Lulu doesn't take her phone to school. She's a good girl. Okay. So let's glue that one there. Okay. Just slide it over a little bit. Okay, got that. Just trim that off. This is going to be a very fast one. As I said, I've only got about an hour. Now let me see what other papers I have down here. I'm sorry, I'm off screen looking at all my papers. I always like a little bit of this one. Let's just tear it there. And I might tear it very carefully. I don't want to tear too much off. Otherwise it won't be big enough. Okay. Glue that one on. Oh yes, I am on screen. Thank you, Gail, and my other lovely subscriber who mentioned that to me. What a fabulous idea. When you have a fabulous idea, guys, don't be afraid to point it out to me, because sometimes the brain doesn't get there by itself. It needs help. Right. Oh, I know. I was watching a video, Gail's video yesterday. I'm very far behind with my video watching. Let me think. What was I going to say? Yes, I'm really far behind. I've got something like 100 videos saved in my watch list. That's how far behind I am. Oh, that's one of my favorite papers. I love that. I'm going to put that there. No, I'm not. Because I'm probably going to put an image and then I'll cover it up. Yep, so yeah, I'm really far behind with my videos. So this was a video of Gail's probably a few days ago. I don't know when. Anyway, what she was doing was really cool. You don't always see things that you instantly think, oh my God, I would love to do that. She had her napkins, because I think Gail has a lot of napkins. I think she's the napkin queen. I think we might call Gail the napkin queen. I've never seen so many beautiful napkins, and it just gives me napkin envy, to be honest, because I can't get all those sorts of nice things here. Anyway, so getting back on track, Gail had her napkins, and I think she was trying to do a bit of napkin. I like this. I might put that there. She was trying to do some napkin stash busting, I think. So she had the whole napkin, and she got some Glad wrap, or what do you call it? Cling wrap in America. I'm not sure. Glad wrap in Australia. Cling film, I don't know. You know, the plastic stuff that you wrap food up with. to keep it fresh in the fridge. Oops. Anyway, so she had the full napkin, and then she put the cling wrap down on just an A4. I think you were doing it on cardstock first, Gal. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then she would put the cling wrap down, and then put the single sheet of, she'd pulled off the other bits of the napkin, and then she put it down, and then put some baking paper over the top. What do you call it in America? Parchment paper. I'm learning. And then she would iron it. I didn't pay attention well enough. I have to watch it again, Gail. She ironed it, and then the cling wrap melted, and then it stuck the napkin to the paper. It was really cool. And then Gail tried it on regular copy paper so that you could use it in your signatures and stuff. It's really cool, Gail. What I would really like to see is what you do with them, like how you cut them up and what you do with them. And I had a question. I'll probably come over to your video and ask you, can you write on them as well, or does the pen bleed? All of these questions came to mind when I was watching the video, but it was really cool. And when I have time, I would like to try something like that. I really enjoyed watching that. Thank you, Gail. Isn't that pretty, this little piece of paper here? We don't want to put too much on. I do like that, though. I do like it. I think I'm going to put that there. I'm probably being screamed at. Don't put that there. Got too much stuff. But anyway, sometimes we do the wrong thing. Right. A bit of a bloody blur again today. That's what I'll be known for, being a bloody blur. Right. Okay. Oh, and then I had another thing to tell you just now. What image am I going to put on there? It's got to go with this lovely. It's lovely and bright. I have to trim off a little teeny tiny piece. It's going to go in here. So I would like something cheery and bright. And I'm just going to, let me just have a look here and see if any of these, that's too big. That's not right. It's going the wrong direction. Don't like that. I probably won't like any of these. Do you know why? Because these I printed on ivory paper, and I would prefer it to be on white paper for this one because the colours are stronger and brighter. There you go. There's a shoe. I don't think I want a shoe. I could pick up my book, my botanical book. There might be something in there. But I do also have, where is it? Over here. I need to tidy up this stuff. I do also have this folder that has some, I would like a botanical image. I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. Something like that, but no, not that one. I probably don't have the appropriate one printed. I need something a little bit cheery and bright. And I don't think I've got anything here. Oh, what's that? No, that doesn't go. So I think I might, I'm just looking quickly, and then I'll come back on screen. Oh, that's nice, but that's too big. And it's not the right colours, really. So no, I don't think there's anything in here. No. No, none of that. No, there's nothing in there. Nothing of any good. Nothing of any good. What kind of English is that? Any use? No. Oh, could put a doily. No, I wanted to put a doily or something on the back. I've got these things, but I don't think those are really in keeping with the style. No, they're too pastel. And then I have, I'll just put it on the floor, it's easy. Then I have, what else do I have? I've got napkins. I don't want to put napkin on. So I'm just going to hop up for a second. I like the bird. The bird could be nice. Oh, the bird's a possibility. I'm just going to grab, over here is my, not that one, this big one. And let's have a look and see if there's anything in here. You can see I just decided to turn the, oh, look, I've ruined my setup now. There we go. I've just decided to go on at the last minute. want something cheery and bright. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, that one. Let's just rip it out as you do. Tear up the book. Well, nobody else wanted it. Oh, so many nice images in this book. And can you believe €5? I think I'm going to, instead of being lazy at night and when I'm watching TV and not doing anything and falling asleep and then waking up and then not being able to sleep later on when I go to bed, maybe I should sit and tear all these things out already. That's a good idea. That could be a clever thing to do rather than being a lazy you know what. Okay, the glue fell on the ground. And the other thought I had was, but I think they'll be too small. I did have a couple of these that I had made with an image on them that I liked. That one, that lend themselves to going on something that's bigger. So let me just say, there were some more, but I'm not coming across them now. That one. Not that one. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, there's that one. That's what else. There they are. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what we like best. So, first of all, let me just tell you what, staying in the square is not easy. Okay, let's just cut these out because I can't really tell what's happening until I cut them out. All that other stuff distracting me around it. Trim that and that, because you never know. And then trim that one. Now what I did like about this one that I had done, I had torn around it, so I won't cut this one down too close in case I decide to tear. Okay. Throw all those bits out, and I might tear this one already. Okay. Just throwing those big bits into the bin because it's slippery paper. As you know, I've got tile floor and I'll slip over. And wouldn't that be a funny video? Okay. Okay, let's have a look. I think this one's going to be too big. Okay, let's see, what do we like? What do we like? I do apologise if I get my head in there. I did notice I was on screen, but I got my head in a few times the last time. So, we could wet one the bird. I quite like the bird. I'm leaning towards the bird. I think the bird will be good. So that's a possibility. I like to check my possibilities. It's upside down. Let's just tear it. I can't tell if I don't tear it. You can see how quickly you make videos that are like going towards an hour. All this indecision. Okay. I do quite like that. But I still think I like the bird more, but I do quite like that one as well. I like that one less, so I'll put that over in the bucket. That's a no. That's definitely a no. 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 See, they're all no's. It's an easy decision. I quite like that, but no, I still think I like the bird more. This one is way too big. Let me tear it a bit more as I would. Okay. Okay, no, that one's too big. Definitely too big. So we'll say bye-bye to that one. So I think I'm leaning more towards the bird. Yep, the bird. Okay, the bird it is. So let's see. I think I might wet it before I put it on. I'm just gonna, this is wet. I call them wet ones because in Australia, when I was young, when my little brother was born and I was 10 years old, we used to have wet ones. And they were, you know, these wet things that you cleaned up kids' faces when they got chocolate all over them, that we still use today. I don't know if in Australia they're still called wet ones. Maybe some of you Aussies can tell me that. I remember Mum thought they were very clever things. Oh, so I didn't wet it enough there. Okay. Oh, kerfuffling around. You're probably all having a giggle. Okay. I'll just pull off these bits that are still there that are really wet, because we don't need those. Might need to take some more off. I can do that after. Does he look? I think he's meant to be going like that. Yes, he is. Yeah, I think I'll put him there. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to get my glue and then just glue all around. Hopefully I get enough glue everywhere. Stick the birdie on. That's it. And then anywhere I see that I haven't put enough glue, I can put some more on. And I do like that. And you can see the pretty design underneath. Okay, so that's the bird. Does it need a label? Could need a label. Let's see, let's just trim off the excess. Okay, I like that. And let me see if I need a label over here. Oh, maybe this one. Do I have any of those? Sorry guys, I'm just down in my printables. Now I know some of you have been looking for the wine labels. I've been very indecisive, as I keep mentioning, as to whether or not I will publish them. I'm leaning towards no, because I don't know who they belong to. They're from 1900, as I've said a million times, but I just don't know. I can't find anything about them, and I don't want to do the wrong thing. My other thought was I could put them in for a very limited time, have a limited number that I'm going to sell, so they're more like a limited edition product. But I'm just thinking about it. I can't get my head around. I even did some more research today about them, but I can't, like, you know, the US laws come up before 1923, but as they're, you know, I think they were wines or spirits or something, you don't know whether they put something on it. I don't know. I like that. I think I'm going to put that one there. Let me just trim this one, see if I like that one. So, yes, it's a bit of a dilemma for me. I like the other one. Or the other option was one of these just plain sticky ones, and I kind of like those as well. Let me just trim this because I get distracted by all the things around it. I kind of like that one as well. Do I have any smaller blue ones? I don't think so. I've got small red ones. I don't think I want red. I don't have any small blue ones, no. They're hard to come by. Okay. So that's another option. I think that one, no. I think I'll put this one, it's plainer. Otherwise it's getting too busy. So let's get back on the screen and glue that. And then we have to do the reverse side. And already popping into my head is that upside down? Can't read it. Can't see for looking. Need a magnifying glass. I've got my glasses on, but need a magnifying glass as well. Really like that. I'm very happy with this little bellow. So we'll turn it over. I'm already thinking I need some cartapaglia. We all know what cartapaglia is by now. Straw paper, because it has that beautiful golden colour, which is perfect with blue. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. So good. Okay, flip it over. Nothing like coffee in the morning. It's my last one for the day, actually. And I think I'll have to put it over like that, because unless I might just slip a little bit of script under there. I'm just going to slip a little bit of that under there, I think. Might do that side because it's got the bit more writing at the top. Okay. Oh, this is getting really sticky now. So there we go. We can fold that page over. We'll be done with it. Okay. Stick that down there. Rip this off. Fold it over. And that will be made into a pocket at a later date. I'll probably put two together because that one's flimsy. And then I'm going to glue this like that. Right. So the other day, I can't remember who it was, somebody who uses fabric as well as paper on Instagram. Oh, I haven't gone up high enough, just let me slip it up. On Instagram. So she does fabric and paper stuff, so I can't remember who it was. Basically, they put a post up saying that they had watched Mary Kondo, is that her name? Or is it Marie Kondo? I don't know, whatever. On Netflix. She's the little Japanese lady that does all the organizing. And then she'd done all this lovely folding of the fabrics. And my fabrics are I'm always refolding and trying to find ways to be more organized and tidy and that sort of thing. And so I thought, oh, I must try and find that person, that program on what's it called, Netflix. And I thought I must try and find that and watch that, because I need to get organized. And so anyway, as you can probably see, just off screen, I'm into my printables. So I did watch a couple of her videos, of her TV shows, and so I tried to apply it to my fabrics. I'd already applied it to the clothing as well. We tidied up Lulu's clothing, and Lulu is the queen of jumpers, sloppy joes, hoodies, sloppy joes or hoodies, and also oh my god, and jeans. She just buys them non-stop. Mummy, I need some more jeans. So anyway, I got it all to fit in her drawers with this neat way of folding. So anyway, then I did a little bit of, I thought she might have a YouTube channel, but I couldn't find the YouTube channel anywhere. And so, but then I put her name in, and so other videos came up by other people. And so this lady that has a quilt shop somewhere in the United States had put up the video of how she had organized fabrics in her, this is a very long-winded story, goodness, because I'm not concentrating. I'm looking for, I'm pulling out printables, my printables and Sarah's printables, to see which one I would like to put on the back. So let's get back. Right, yes, so anyway, this quilt shop showed how they folded the fabrics in their store using the Marie Kondo method. So that's a possibility. And so I went out and got these boxes. I'll show you after if I remember. Just tell me off if I don't remember. Oh, I do like that one. I would tear it. What's the other side like? It's got that birdie. That could be quite nice. So yeah, so I've refolded all of my fabrics and put them in these containers. I do like that one too. Put them into these containers. I'll put some paper underneath. That's a stronger possibility. I do like this as well. I put them into containers, and I can't tell you how much space I gained. I gained so much space. I like this too. That, you know, all of my fabrics on that one shelf are not in such a mess, and I can actually see what I have. I couldn't see it before. I was like, forgot about stuff. So let me just, if you've got a bit of time, if you don't have time, you can switch off. I'm just going to cut this out. I'll just be quick and drop it all on the floor, as you do. So yeah, she basically she has this way of folding, and you apply it to all things like clothing, and you can towels, and she does it all in a fairly similar fashion, I think. I haven't watched all of her videos, the episodes. I've only watched actually 1.5 because they're a little bit boring, to be honest. There's like a lot of stuff in between that's not of any interest. So I kind of fell asleep watching it. But I just fast forward to the bits that are interesting, like, you know, organising the drawers in the kitchen. I did that too. That was really cool. Like, my drawers were a mess. I went and got these. Our supermarket had like plastic baskets, you know, with the lacy edges that went too deep, and they fit into my drawers, and so now everything is tidy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I will be saying thank you to things and then throwing them out. That's not really, I don't know about that. But I certainly think it's a pretty good way of organising and getting rid of excess. So slowly over time, I'll just go through the house and do that, because I think it's really great. I feel like I need to, you know, have less stuff. I really like this one. This is the one I'm going to use. But I need to put something behind it. So anyway, so I've sorted out my fabrics, and she basically gets you to keep everything vertically, not horizontally. In fact, when they're horizontal, I can't ever find anything. They get into a mess straight away. So I'm just going to pull out a few bits of paper. Sorry, guys. You can see my brain is a bit flighty today. Oh, I do think I might like a little bit of script behind it. There you go. So yeah, everything's vertical. I'll show you them. I'll do this and then I'll show you. I'm probably not going to get as much done in this video as I thought, because I've been chatting too much. I like it like that. So let me just tear this here. So I don't want the straight edge. And then I'll just tear it down there. I'm going to put some glue. First I'm going to put the glue here, because I want to make sure I get it right to the edge. And then I'm going to pick up this and glue, because I don't want to glue the excess on the page, because then I have trouble you know, to all make my scissors all gluey. So let's put this down here. That's that way. I'm going to put that there. Yeah, so all my fabrics are vertical. I can see everything. They're all folded. I ended up having heaps of extra space on that one shelf that I've done so far. I have to go and buy some more boxes. Now, I had thought about buying IKEA boxes because I've got IKEA shelves, but actually the IKEA boxes, like the ones I've got here with the papers in, their sides don't go straight up and down, so they kind of would slip into each other, whereas the ones I bought are straight up and down, like they're kind of plastic, but they're like crates, and so they don't slip down into each other. So that's great. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to hold it like this and trim off, unless I want to fold that over. Nope, that's overkill. Okay. I always, if I have a flash that maybe I'd like to do something like that, I'll always check it. It might, I mean, I might in my heart of hearts know that it's the wrong thing to do, but I will check it just in case, because sometimes you're pleasantly surprised, and it does look nice. So you just have to test before you say no. I'm just going to get rid of the excess stuff here so that we're not in such a mess. And then I'm going to show you, just so you know what I'm doing, I'm going to show you, I'll just grab my PVA glue. Sorry guys, I'm going to go in front of the camera. I'm going to show you how I show you my fabrics, how neat and tidy they are. And then I'm going to show you how I hinged the envelope. And I have no idea what time it is. I'll probably have to rush out the door and go and pick up Lulu and her friend, because it's my turn. Right. Don't have to do much. Oh, well, I have to make myself a salad, but Lulu's having a roll today, so her lunch is easy. She usually arrives home pretty hungry. Right, let's glue that down here further. I do like that. I really do. And I think it will go well with the journal that I'm making. So that's that. Okay, great. And now which way is my opening? I bet I've glued it closed. No, I haven't. There it is. That's the opening. So what I do, it'll probably work even though the glue's wet. I'm just going to pop out that. I just sort of do it by eye. We need to go down a little teeny tiny bit. I can't. Oh, okay, got it. That was hard. So that's that, and then I'll show you how I'll put it in. I need to trim it down just a tiny bit to fit into here. Let me see. Yes, I do. So I'll just go and do that. My cutter's over here. Just trim off about 1/2 centimetre. Like so, because I'll be stitching around. I'm going to stitch around the 3 sides now. See? There we go. That's going to be there. So I'm just going to have another sip of coffee. Put that to one side. Put that over there because I'm not gluing at the moment. Now, let me see what time it is. It is, oh no, I've got time. That's good. Okay, so let me just move away some of my mess that hasn't been organised. I'll just throw it on the floor. And you wait till you see this. This is lovely. Look at that. So this is the box. It's kind of like it's plastic, but it's imitating a wooden crate. I wasn't over excited about buying plastic, but I didn't want to spend a fortune. They already cost €4 something. And basically I folded the fabrics as best I could to stay level, and they all fit in here, and you can see everything. You can see everything. So I'll show you the other ones. So these are like my cotton fabrics that I use a lot of these for growth charts, and they get into the biggest mess. And like usually this stripe here I use for the backings of a growth chart. That was a Lessian fabric years ago, and I loved it so much. I don't even hardly use it now because it's brighter. I like these colours over here more. But I just bought a whole lot of it because I thought you can't get it anymore. So that's how they are. I've divided them into colours. I've got over here, I don't have too many pinks left. So there's a few reds. That's that hempy sort of red. And these are for the backs of growth charts and stuff. That's a French general fabric years ago. I got it for the back of a quilt and I never finished the quilt. How about that? Oh, I could pull that out. That was really cool. I could cut that up and make journal covers. And then they're the only purples I've got. And then the pinks. So I bought these two the other day. These are new Tildas and they only sent me half. I mean, no, they only sent me a quarter of what I ordered, so they're sending it out today. I had to say to them, part of my order is missing. And then I've got greens as well. So that's that. But then I folded all of my other fabrics because that's not it. I'm more into the antique fabrics now. So like the first container I showed you. And so I have quite a collection and they're in such a mess. So now they're all folded waiting for me to go and buy more containers. Okay, let's get back to the job at hand. Sorry for that little side note. Oh, I know. I'm going to use this piece of paper here to make my hinge. Yes, I am. So I'm just going to trim it about here, slightly shorter. And first, I think I'll throw that silly piece out. Why would I keep that? I'm going to finish my coffee. And then I'm going to move my wet ones because they're in the way. Bring my sewing machine over here. Over you come. That's okay. I'm going to, I know it's a little bit wet, but it doesn't seem to upset my sewing machine too much. Just stay in your position. Okay, so I'm just going to stitch around my three sides because I like to do that. Now, someone asked me about back stitching. I will back stitch if it's like a pocket, or I'll have to explain it, or I'll overstitch. So when I mean that I overstitch, what I do is I'll start stitching up here and then come down so that, you know, when you're tucking things into the pocket, it doesn't pull. If you start there, if you don't back stitch, it'll start pulling the pockets out. So if I start stitching up there, there's no worries about the stitching coming out, or otherwise I will back stitch. I try to be careful. It depends on how frail the paper is as to whether or not I back stitch as well, because if I feel like it's just going to shred the paper, there's no point in that. So I did a little back stitch there. And then I'm stitching close this bit that I trimmed off. And I'll do a little back stitch there. I nearly forgot. Okay, it shouldn't, I mean, nothing, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so that's that. Then what I do is I'll grab this and I'll put my zigzag on. I like the zigzag for this because it catches the paper better. And I'm going to zigzag down here. And I am going to back stitch. Now, if you're back stitching, what I recommend is you don't back stitch right on the edge, you back stitch a little bit in. Because if you back stitch right on the edge, it could tear it up a little bit. So I'm going to back stitch here. Okay, and I am back stitching this because I feel like, you know, with you flipping it in and out all the time when you're using a journal and popping things in, then you could be putting some pressure on the stitching, and then the stitching could come undone. So yes, I would do that in this case. So then I want to fold it. I'm not going to fold it right flush up onto there. I just want to try and fold it like that. Yes, that's it. Okay, great. And I might just run my nail along there so it's a nice, you can use your bone fold. I don't have a bone foldery thing. Now what I want to do is I want to stitch it onto here. Now the only thing about this paper that I've chosen that I'm looking at now, it's not double-sided. So I've got that icky white bit there. So what I'll have to do is I'll put some washi tape. So I'm just going to put it in position like so. and you just have to, I don't always go straight. I do put things in crooked sometimes. It's just the way I am. I try to be precise, but it's just not in my making. So I'm just going to put it like that. That's looking all right to me. I might just slide it over a bit more, and I'm going to zigzag. Just a minute. No, it's too. I need to slide it down a tiny bit. There we go. And I'm hoping it's straight. Oh, it slipped back up again. Okay, let's try again. You don't want to be in a hurry, that's for sure. Back stitch. And that is done. I really like this. This is something that just popped into my head. Okay. Today when I was preparing those journals, right, see, that's there. We've got the pocket in there to put things in here, and then it flips out and you can write there, put photographs, you can write there. I really like that. It's really cool. So we have to put some washi tape there. Let me just see what I've got that I might like. Oh, maybe I like that one. Yep, it's good when it comes to you straight away. So I'm using quite a wide one, and I might just run a little bit of glue. This is quite a sticky one, but I might just run. Look at this. I mean, how is that possible? Get off. Okay. Just run a little bit of glue down there, because it might help if you close the glue. Then that won't happen. And I just want to, might have to, I'm just going to put a bit more glue over here as well. There. Great. And put the washi like that. And then trim it, and you've covered up the bodgy white bit. Right, there we go. Make sure it sticks down. Give it a nice run along with your finger. Okay, so now these are all ready, and I just have to start preparing all of my papers to go in them. Great, I like that. So I'm very happy with those. Now I was going to do some other envelopes, but do you think I'm taking a really long time? Will I just do one? I'll just do one, because I've got to make some bigger journals. So, and these won't take me too long because I kind of already decided. Now I bought the wrong double-sided tape. It's puffy, so I can't use that. So I'll just have to use glue. So I'll glue around all around the edges. That's a good idea. Glue around the edges, and then I'll go in the center. I bet when they made this paper they didn't realize it was going to have such treatment nearly 200 years later. Okay, and then on this one I was going to put that, I think I'll stitch around it. I might be off screen a little bit. Oh, I've got my zigzag going. Oh well, I'll zigzag around it. It's okay, it can take it. It's on cardstock. that's that one. Now these envelopes are the ones with the beautiful recycled sort of paper. So they're not cheap envelopes, they're very nice quality envelopes. Okay, I think that's enough. It's going to go there like that. You can only see a little bit of the writing, but it is nice to have the old paper under there. And then I was just going to stick down a little bit of hemp. I never pull out my stamps. I never do stamping, I only stamp fabric. I should do that. And then I thought I was going to put this one here. Just bring my book over. Like so. So they're fairly simple, these, but very pretty. Just make sure it's all sticking down. And then I thought just a little bit of lace. Yes, I like that. Okay. I'm just going to trim this fluffy bit off. And here I'm going to put the lace down straight onto here. And then I like to just smush it about a bit with my finger. Just clean it with my wet one. Okay. Yes, there we go. It's probably needed to iron this trim. There we go. Very simple. You know what it could have? It could have, where did I put them? It could have one of these little antique pointless things, to be honest, because look how little they are. But they're so, I like them. Yes, just one of those somewhere. Now, do I prefer it there? Maybe there, there, there. No, I think I liked it over here. Or maybe on there. Yes, on the thing. Okay. Am I on screen? Yes. I'm in the square, in the rectangle, I should say. Okay. And that one is done. And I really like that. That will go somewhere. Whether I put it in, I decide to close it and then I stitch it to the page and I rip that and then it's a double pocket. I don't know, but I really do like that. That's super nice. Okay, so that's that one. Do we have time for one more? What time is it? No, I probably should go. Oh, should I do this one? Okay. So I was going to put this Stamperia white rice paper. So let's just see. I'll just glue that. Better get this page off. It's a bit sticky. Fold it over. Go with the other one. This one won't take too long. And then here, I was going to go and buy my containers now before I pick up Lulu, but I don't think I have time now, so I'll just do it later. Actually, we're going up to San Marino to eat cassone tonight, which is really yummy, and you'll only ever get to eat it, the proper stuff, if you come to this region, because it's from here. It's a beautiful, it's a flatbread, and it's typical from this region. And actually I might stitch around that, and then they fill it. It's really yummy. Oh, I didn't want to zigzag. Okay, I'll do a bit of zigzag and a bit of straight. My pedal's slipping away from me. Come back. Okay. Oh, needle needs to be down. Okay. That's that one. Put some glue. I don't actually need that. I'm just putting the PVA. I'm using PVA for this just because, as I've mentioned a million times, but sometimes I'm asked about the glue, just to repeat myself as you do, because this is cardstock and I just feel like it'll glue down the cardstock better. If it's a like more flimsy paper, I use my glue stick, just a regular weight sort of paper. And as I've mentioned before, I think even in my last video, my glue stick even glues fabric as well, so it's pretty good. Okay, that's that, and I was going to put that there. I like the idea of a little label on it, because you can write something. So that's that. So I told you this one wouldn't take long. Okay. Oh, someone else is sending another message on Lulu's phone. Well, very naughty, not paying attention at school. Or wagging school. Okay. Got it. I do wonder whether it needs like a fleur-de-lis. I like the fleur-de-lis. I'm going to put the fleur-de-lis on because it reminds me of France. It also reminds me of Florence because they had a different type of fleur-de-lis as their symbol. It's one of my favorites, and I love bees as well. I have a lovely bee stamp, but I've run out of I need to stamp some more fabric. I did stamp a whole lot the other day because a lady asked me for some stamped fabrics, but I didn't do many bees. Oops. This is a very fine vintage linen, and it's wiggling everywhere. There we go. Okay, that one's done. I really like that. That's super pretty. So that's it for today. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be back soon sometime, and I hope everyone is well and having fun crafting. I'm really happy to be back working, and hopefully when I get over my orders, my brain will be able to think of other fun things to do. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.